So I hooked up with this guy, and afterwards he texted me, and he was like, by the way, I'm not looking for a relationship right now, so I really apologize if I wasted your time. And I was like, oh, babes, we hooked up on the first date. You're so good. Like, I was expecting you to be the one, maybe the one for that day, but it was refreshing to see that, like, slight emotional maturity. Yes, the bar is in hell. I'm aware of that, but
You don't cook and you don't clean.
No, because when the default goes for women to cook and clean in a relationship, then I think that's also why so many people are struggling in relationships, because that's labor. So compared to women's labor, compared to men's labor, if he takes care of all the bills, is still 5 jobs compared to his.
No.
I actually start thinking maybe some women have smaller brain processing power. Like, why would somebody think like that? Has she ever had a job before?
Husband does blue collar work, and what I do at home is nothing compared to what he does outside the house.
Okay.
And what does your husband do for work?
Oh, he does construction.
Does he do heavy machinery, or is he more?
Forklift, boom lifts, all kinds of lifts. Him doing what he's doing, coming home baked, looking like a freaking lobster. I'm not gonna complain about what I do at home.
And he supports the whole family.
Absolutely. And all I'm doing is, what am I doing? Cooking, cleaning.
What if you were working too? Like, would you want him to also clean and cook too?
He offers, but I tell him, hell no. Sit your ass down. Do not do a thing. You were just out there for like 12, 14, 16, sometimes 18 or more hours.
Oh, dang.
Why am I going to make him do all that? If it weren't for him, we wouldn't be in the building we're in. We wouldn't have the things that we have all around us.
Yeah.
So it's like they are literally the backbone to our society, building the infrastructure that we have all around us, the technology and all of that.
Yeah.
So I actually put my husband on that highest level of respect when it comes to the line of work he does. Because if it weren't for him and everybody else, where will we be?
It's good to see a woman appreciate what the husband has been providing for her. But there are some women out there that has been protected for a long time because they've lived in this bubble. They don't know what their father used to put up to provide for whatever they have. And they've never even had a job in their life where they provide for themselves. If they had a job, maybe it's probably, it's just to get by. But still, they still having things from men which is their father, brothers, and also boyfriends, and you had to say, oh, it's unpaid labor. Come on now, we can switch roles. You start paying for everything, and I'll remain home to cook and clean.
If I can make you comfortable enough to take your pants off and put raw meat inside of me and inside of my mouth, you should feel comfortable enough to talk to me about your feelings. If I can make you comfortable enough to lay next to me and go to sleep in bed together, curled up, toes touching, interlocked, you should feel comfortable enough telling me how you feel. If you start dating a woman and you are comfortable enough to take her around your family members, how are you not comfortable enough to tell her your feelings? If you are comfortable enough with me cooking your food for you, you should be comfortable enough to let me know about what you're feeling. I'll do you one better for people that's been together for a while. Do you know how many people have been with their baby daddies or baby mamas and know that motherfucker's social security number, but that motherfucker still won't open up to them and tell them how they feel? I know your social security number, but I can't get you to tell me when you're having a bad fucking day. That's why that shit y'all say shit like this and that pisses me clean the fuck off every time. Because if I can make you comfortable enough to bone me senseless and fall asleep booty naked next to me every night, you should feel comfortable enough to tell me how you feel. And if not, that is a you fucking problem that I need you to go work on. And don't put that off on nobody else.
I think most of the times men do protect yourselves from yourself. Like me not telling you stuff, I'm protecting you actually. Because if I speak my mind, at some point, you're going to use that against me. And when you do, we'll no longer be the same. At times, it could be also protecting how you feel about certain situations. If you knew about certain things, you feel differently about your husband. So why do you want to know what a man is thinking? They are always curious. They'll always be curious. But please don't ever open up about how you feel about certain things. Keep them to yourselves.
Do not get married. Do not get married. I don't care. Have the kids, get the house, do whatever. Do not get married. They are all crazy. All of
She's
them.
chopped and lonely. Misery loves company, and she wants some people to be single like she is.
Here's something else I'm gonna say. If we match on a dating app and your first message to me is some variation of, hi, how are you? How's your day? I'm probably not gonna respond. This guy messages me. His first message is something like, good morning, how's your day going? I just find that to be such a lazy message, and I think it's indicative of the way that you communicate via text, and it's not a good sign that you and I are going to vibe via text. But I thought, you know what? Let me just give him the benefit of the doubt. So I respond, I match his energy. I say, good, just at work. How about you? He responds and he says, how's work going? Girl, you just asked me how my day was going and I told you I was working, and then now you're saying how's work going? It's the same question. We're in a cycle now. I don't respond to that because I'm at work, and also that's just not enticing me in any capacity. And he responds like an hour later and he goes, I'm just finishing up some errands. Okay. Ooh, that's beautiful. Oh, do you see that I just got some new ice? You and I are strangers. I've never met you. I have prompts on my profile. There are things about me. You could say anything. You could comment on what I'm wearing. You could be like, I like that outfit. You can comment on the backgrounds of my photo and say, oh, where were you in this picture? You can comment on the literal prompts that I have and ask about those things. Just start off by saying, hi, how are you? It's also just like, it lacks some depth and some sense, because you gotta also think of it as like a numbers game. Whether you want to think of it that way or not, it is the reality. I'm matching with other guys. If you want to get something going, some kind of spark, some kind of conversation, it has to be interesting. Anyway, that's my new rule to myself. I've been thinking of making this for a rule for a while, but I thought I was being too harsh. But you know what? I don't think I'm being too harsh. I just think that, like, I have certain expectations and ideas of what I think my match is. This is good. I didn't use any of my butters today. I just used the Chobani cookie butter and I frothed it before I put it in. And how sexy are these little ice cubes? Ah!
Okay, so they want you to match or exceed their imagination or their expectation, their imagination. Maybe she liked the guy, but the guy is not really good at having text conversations. Or maybe you know, not everyone is good at having conversation. Not everyone can have interesting conversations with women. And women always complain that where are the good guys? They don't see the good guys. Well, maybe that man is probably a good guy who hasn't maybe done so much to like interact with women or to be found interesting. Well, you have it.
I got attached to my one night stand. So 5 months ago, I hooked up with this guy, and for whatever reason, I just got attached to him, and he became really distant after we hooked up, and I was like, wow. Okay, I got played. I just kind of felt emotionally wrecked afterwards, and I kept thinking to myself, why am I not good enough for him, and what can I do to be good enough for him? What can I change about myself so that he'll like me back? And this was the second time I noticed myself getting attached over a hookup. And I think this was the third time I kind of let myself be convinced by a guy that if I just slept with them first, they would give me something more. And then after this third time, I just kind of realized I think I'm better off avoiding men right now because I can't tell what their true intentions are. So I became celibate. I got attached to my one night stand.
Sometimes when we talk about body count, women being key to control whether somebody sleeps with them or not, women usually find that to be, you know, they don't receive it so well when you talk about issues to do with body count. But the truth is, they are the key, you know, and if they can allow or hooking up all the time, they are doing all that. I mean, you can't really want to settle with such type of woman who's hooking up and all that. So that man probably got what he got, and he knew that there's nothing more he can get from you other than the sex. Just saying it. So you give in your most precious thing. On the first day. Why would we want to come back tomorrow? So that maybe you can get him to spend more money on dates? Come on.